Welcome to the program. I'm Mark Imperial. On this segment, joining me is Moyua. He's out of Quebec and he's a financial securities advisor. Moyua, welcome to the program.
Thank you so much, Mark.
Tell us a little bit about your work and specifically who are the types of folks that you help?
Okay, so basically, I'm a financial security advisor, like you introduced earlier, licensed in the province of Quebec in Canada. And basically, I help families in Quebec here, uh, young families and families with parents in their 40s as well as 50s, to help them to have income protection for themselves and income replacement, as well as building generational wealth for themselves.
Right on. So, what would you say for these folks? What do you say their biggest challenges are today? And are they any different considering the current times and the turbulent economic, situation that we're in today?
Yeah, basically, if you do a quick research, even in Google, and you just look at both the demography in Canada and even the US, you find out that the regret that is coming across board is that people say they don't save enough, and which is often affected by their philosophy about savings. For some people, savings comes last, and for some people, savings comes first. So what I do, also in my agency, is to educate individuals and families on the importance of savings from their net income, whatever. Because oftentimes people see it as doing expenses first, then come back to do savings. But actually, savings should come first. It's just like a farmer will harvest. The first thing you want to do is to separate some seeds for the next planting season. So your expenses should come after your seed, not the other way around. So, and that's what we try to educate people on, because no matter how little your net income is, you still need to save for the rainy days, because there can be days when, like what is currently happening economically now.
When it comes to finances, they don't teach it well enough in school growing up. So what do you see as like the some of the biggest misconceptions around money that you hear that cause people to make mistakes with their money? What kind of misconceptions are there?
Well, people say money is for spending. You have to spend money. But nobody think the real misconception is savings should come last. That, oh, I barely have enough. Why should I save? And if you
Yeah.
don't learn to save when it is little, how would you be disciplined enough to save when it is much?
So let's unpack that a little bit because it sounds like it's linked to like some of the biggest mistakes people make with their money, not considering the future. So what are some of the big mistakes people make with their money?
Well, people don't budget. People spend more than they earn. People don't want to cut their coats according to their material, not their size now, because it has to be within your material, the material you have. If it is 1 yard you have to sew within that 1 yard. Even if you're, maybe I don't mean to body shame. If you're bold, let me use that word, you still have to use your material. So if what your material can afford is just a boxer, and a singlet, that's it. But the moment you begin to go out of how much you earn, then you're already creeping into debt. And so a lot of people have debt issues.
Moyua, how did you get inspired to get into this field and help people with their finances? How did you get started?
Okay, for me, growing up, I've always been the type that I play for finances and good in mathematics, and always been the type that wanted to live a successful life. I wanted to be wealthy, but I didn't just want to be wealthy by exploiting people. I wanted to be wealthy by helping others too to become wealthy as well. So, and I read a lot of books. Coming to Canada, I if a sister of mine, like your sister, introduced me and said, "Okay, I see that you have flair for these finances," and said, "You could do this. Why not take this course and become a financial advisor?" And then I also had an opportunity with one of the leading brokerage in North America, which is World Financial Group, which is the franchise agency that I run. And with that, I'm able to help several families with income protection, income replacement, and generational wealth. And also, I also mentor people who also aspire to come into the financial space as well through this system platform that we have, helping them shift from the concept of, because that's another issue again, like based on your question, from making single-handed income to making multi-handed income, because you can never live a successful life with a single-handed income because your money is just coming in one way. But if you check out the outlet through which your money is going out, it's multiple. So why should you have just one way of making income and not think towards how you can, gravitate from making income in one way to making it in several ways?
Terrific. For folks listening that would love to learn more and connect with you, can you tell them how to find you and what it's like to work with you and how you help them get started?
Okay, so basically, for folks who want to connect with me, I believe both in Canada here and in US. First is the fact that I empower people in three philosophies, which is the first the philosophy of multi-handed income. The next is the philosophy of saving. Save 10% of your net income and apply the three rules of money to it and be able to achieve the three goals of money. And what is the three rules of money? You need to understand how compounding interest works in your money, how risk effect works in your money, how taxes works in your money as well. And then you can be able to achieve the three goals of income protection, income replacement, and generational wealth building. And lastly, the last philosophy I engage people with is the philosophy of self-improvement. A lot of us doubt ourselves. We don't believe in ourselves. We care about the opinion of others. And the opinion of others is never going to, settle your bills or put food on your table. We care so much about what people say. But, common people are poor. So for you to be rich or to become wealthy, you have to think in an uncommon way. You have to become uncommon and you have to be abnormal. So not until that you definitely be in the norms, and the norms is for a lot of people are in the norms, struggling paycheck to paycheck and not able to pay their bills. So if you want to reach out to me, I could give up my number. It's 438-282-4214. And I believe you can contact me in North America, but in Canada and in the US, and I will be able to engage you appropriately based on your need, which one you want, whether you want to go with the philosophy of multi-earning income or you want me to help you develop a savings lifestyle that could help you with your income protection, income replacement, and generational wealth building. And you can just also look for me on social media. My name is Olumuyiwa Ogunlaja-Smith. If you just type that in LinkedIn, you'll find me. You'll find me on Facebook. You'll find my page on Facebook. You also find me on Instagram as well.
This has been terrific. I really appreciate you sharing with my audience today, and I
Thank
wish
you.
you continued success for you and for all of your clients.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the privilege.
Moyua Smith joining us on the program. That's all for now. I'm Mark Imperial, and thanks for joining me.
Thank you so much, Mark, for having me. Much appreciated. Wish you all the best.